What's up YouTube, this is DWS Darius and welcome to another Fishroom update. Okay, so what's up YouTube? In this video I'm going to give you guys just a look at all the tanks, what's been happening and what's going to happen. Now after this video I'm pretty much going to give a break with my YouTube channel, give a break with producing videos and stuff like that, because I just need more time to catch up on these tanks to make sure everything is right. And it's always good to take a break from everything for a while. So yeah, you're not going to see too many videos soon, not going to see too many comments and replies and all of that stuff. So I just decided to get all the tanks in one shot. So less talking, more looking. Okay, so first off we have the 55-gallon planted tank. Now this tank, as far as plants, haven't really been doing so good, but as far as fish, I'm loving just the growth of the different fish I have in here, especially my German blue rams. These guys are just maturing very fast and just looking awesome with color, and just tons of activity with these fish. Awesome fish to have in the planted tank. They just look amazing. But yeah, but as far as plants, not really so good. My Amazon sword is doing good. The Dorsage up and down ever since that big outbreak, it never really came back as strong as it was before. Some of my taller plants in the back are melting. This Tiger Lotus, that's putting forth new leaves. However, they're not red anymore. When I bought it, it was red leaves. Now they're turning to that little greenish red color. So I don't know if my water quality is the problem or what. My green Tiger Lotus, that was huge before, and that got torn up with the excessive heat when I tried to cure ick, and that's struggling to survive. So as far as plants, not really the best, but eventually I do plan on adding pressurized CO2 to this tank, and hopefully that will change matters around. Okay, now down below we have a 55-gallon tank home to my green Terra Cichlid. Another awesome fish. Now this fish, I'm not sure of the sex, whether it's male or female. I get so many comments with people saying it's a male, so many people saying it's a female, so I think it's a male, but I still have my doubts. And I'm pretty sure you saw that this fish is not alone. Now my 210, you all know that I got rid of my silver arowana and my giant gourami, and I just couldn't resist trying to replace them. Now as it is, those three fish that are in the tank, I'm pretty sure they are satisfied with the amount of space that they have, and they don't really care to have any more tank mates. But me being me and my addiction, I went and picked up two more fish, that guy being one, and you all know what he is, another peacock bass and another one. So yeah, two more peacock bass going to the tank, and as you can see, these two are different. That's because they're two different species. Now this is the same as the one I already have in the 210, the beast upstairs, but this one is what I'm really interested in. Now the peacock bass that I have upstairs grows to be about 3 feet long, and that's clearly too big for my 210-gallon tank. However, this right here is Cichlid, which is the smallest species of peacock bass, the one in the back, and they still have the awesome look, but they only get about 14 inches. So if this guy grows up to be nice and awesome, I might switch out my other two for more like this type, so that my tank won't be too overstocked. But yeah, two peacock bass growing up. I got them just so fast, didn't really take time to think. They're growing fast as well too. Just hopefully when they go into the main tank, there's no real problems. But yeah, they're constantly growing, and they're pellet trained already, so that's awesome. And really no problems with the green Terra. So I got two peacock bass growing out for you guys to know. Okay, in the next tank we have the Red Devil tank. This is a 75-gallon, and this Red Devil is just an awesome fish. Probably becoming up there with my favorite fish. I love the personality that this fish is obtaining. He's starting to fight my hand, to bite my fingers, and just show that awesome personality. If I was to get a mirror and place it against the glass, he would just go crazy. And right behind there is this tank mate, my female jaguar cichlid. Now I just keep her in his tank with him because if he was by himself, he would do a lot of hiding. But ever since she's been in here, he's just completely active. And the good thing is that there's really no major aggression. Now you get your bumps and your your small signs of aggression, but nothing serious, nothing to make her overstressed, and nothing to make him overstressed. So I just like the way these two fish are able to share one tank without too many problems. But yeah, this fish is really becoming a beast. Now if you go back to my past videos, you see that this fish looked nothing like he was now. He was a tiny little orange fish, afraid to come out of his little cave, and now look at him. I'm pretty sure if I was to put a cave in there, he would do the same thing. But he's getting more and more brave, getting more and more white, and just really a beastly fish. So that's the red devil cichlid. Next we have the 125 gallon African cichlid tank. And as I said previously in a different video, this is probably and currently my favorite tank. I love the scape of this tank, I love the fish in a tank, and I love the fact that they're not killing each other as African cichlids tend to do. Now let me just bring you guys a close-up of some of the awesome fish in this tank. There goes the tank boss, looking awesome. The Malawi eyebiter, my female, who's growing just extremely fast compared to the others. Look at that. I told you that she was a female, and she's holding, you see? She has male coloration, but yet she has eggs in her mouth. No doubt that's a female. She's holding right now, but the bad thing is that she's so tough that no male is willing to fertilize them. So if I look in her mouth, I do see eggs, but they're not fertile, so they all just die. And that's been her life. That's my Venustus. I forgot what this fish was called. But he's not doing so good because the tank boss is constantly on him, my Hong guy. And OB. This thing is just full of awesome fish. I could go on all day with how awesome each one is. Just love this tank. And the loaches too. The loaches are just awesome. Growing extremely fast and is just active community tank. And down below that tank we have the 55 gallon grow tank. And as you can see, the biggest fish in this tank are my tinfoil barbs. I'm loving these guys. They're growing extremely fast. Remind me just of my old ones. The same just relationship with each other and just that same activity as my old ones. So I'm really loving those fish. And the next biggest fish you see in this tank is the tilapia. Now this right here is the tank boss. I think it's the butter toki. I can't pronounce the name, but that is currently the tank boss. He's growing faster than the other cichlids and really showing his aggression. When he grows up, he's gonna have a solo tank to himself. But for now, he's chilling with the rest. Who else? I have my parrots in here. I have one back there who's hiding behind that, and my other one that changed completely yellow. I'm not sure where he's at, but he's over there in that back corner. But yeah, the tilapia is constantly on these two because these two like to pair up and try to fight him, so he has to constantly show his aggression towards these two. So they hide a lot more. These are my regular tinfoil barbs. They're growing fast, not as fast as the other two, but they're growing decently. That's my Eureka Red. He's really quiet in this thing. You only notice him when it's time to eat. My Green Terrors, I went and bought 2 more, hoping that eventually I could throw them in with the other Green Terror and hopefully get a pair. However, it's looking like they're both males, which I hope not to be, but yeah, hopefully I could get a pair out of these. Not with these two, but get one of these to pair with my main Green Terror. Down there is the tiny convict cichlid that's just been through so much and still surviving. Who else? My bitcher is somewhere in there. And I just picked up 3 red devils, hoping that 3 juvenile red devils, hoping that eventually I could try to find a pair for my big guy up there. But these fish are just tiny. I bought 3 because they were just so cheap. But here's one here. I think this one may be a male because of how fast it's growing. But yeah, that's one of them. They don't have the red yet. So I'm interested to see how these 3 come out. Hopefully I could get a female with those 2. That's another one. That's the smallest right there. But yeah, those are the red devils. And the grow. Okay, so after that we have the newest tank into the fish room. Many of you guys may have saw that I grew an interest into saltwater fish keeping. I've been asking many questions to fellow hobbyists and just watching many videos. And now I finally found the courage to start my own 40-gallon reef tank. Now before it becomes a reef tank, I'm just gonna go saltwater with saltwater fish only until I really get the hang of it. But yeah, this is my 40-gallon reef tank. Okay, so I'm not going to go into too much details in this video. However, I just want to take this time to give 2 shout outs. Now both of these members are of the IAA group, and the first one goes to Mike from Mass Aquariums. Now a few weeks ago he started his 10-gallon tank, and when he started that tank, that just put a spark in me, and now you see it, I have my tank started. So I'm pretty sure if he never started his tank, this tank would not be here. So big shout out to Mike from Mass Aquariums. And my next shout out goes to Michael from Ares Aquariums. Now I've been throwing questions after questions at him, and he's just been throwing those answers back. Every question I had, he had an answer. So big thanks to Michael from Ares Aquariums. Both of you guys have been a big help. But yeah, this has been a look at the reef. I'm pretty sure most of you guys want to know more, but I'll save that for a different video. And by the way, this tank has broken a record of being my most expensive tank of all my tanks. Now I'm not doing that to discourage anybody. I just purposely spent more because, you know, the more you put in, the more you get out. So me being a first timer, wanted to put in as much as I could so I could get as much out. And in result, this tank has costed me about $1,500, but hopefully it pays off. Okay, YouTube, so you know, no fish room update is complete without this tank, even though it's not in the fish room. These are my big boys, the ones I'm proud of. The biggest fish in the house, well, yeah, in the house, and they're just awesome. Tons of personality from these 2 big guys, and from the other inhabitants of this tank. But yeah, this is just an awesome tank. Now you saw before the 2 tiny little peacock bass. When they grow up, they will come into this tank. But until then, I'll enjoy these 2 awesome fish. And you know, because there's not too many other fish to get distracted by, they pay a lot more attention to each other. And that's why you see a little bit more like aggression, but nothing too serious, nothing to hurt each other, just playing around. So yeah, that's my awesome albino tiger Oscar. He loves face attention. If I stick my face to the glass, he'll come right to it. And that's my female peacock bass. Awesome, beastly female fish. And then back there you can see in the reflection, that's my chocolate cichlid. Really likes to change different colors. And above him, well above her, is my Cynodontis eruptus catfish. Always looking for a new home. And then somewhere in that log is my bitcher, about 10 inches. So yeah, no update is complete without this tank. So as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share, and thank everybody for watching, for showing that support, and just for being you. Now, as I said before, this will be my final video before I take my break. So, peace.